So I brought Danae back from SherlockedWatson on Tumblr and Instagram and the various social medias to talk about the big trailer for Season 4 that they revealed at Comic-Con. What were your initial reactions to seeing it?
I was kind of like in shock. I was almost shaking because, I don't know, they've always released trailers, but this one seemed so much more action-packed, so much just full of like juicy goodness and like terror almost. So I was just kind of like, I mean, they told us, Moffat and Gatiss, that it was going to be the darkest season they've ever written, but you can see that in the trailer, just all the stuff that's going on. So yeah, I was very like floored and shaking. I had to watch it a few times.
Yeah, there's definitely, it feels different than the last time, because, I mean, for, you know, Season 2 to Season 3, there was, you know, the big reveal at the end that, you know, Sherlock's alive, and that's really all we had to go.
Yeah.
Where this one, we definitely have a little bit more because we had the end of Season 3, then we had the Christmas special going on, so we kind of have a little bit more information going, and it definitely raised a lot of questions, and you can definitely see that. I mean, I have no idea what exactly to expect just from seeing the trailer, and I'm doing my best not to speculate, but I know you have some guesses and some speculations.
I do. I've done nothing but speculate, but that's what Sherlock fans do. They know that we do that. So they're always very careful, and they say this, of what they put into trailers, of what they release online, specifically because Sherlock fans are very, you know, we look at every frame of the trailer just to see if we can spot something that, you know, could give us some information. But yeah, there's been a lot of speculation going online. I mean, at least as far as I can see, Moriarty's definitely back. I mean, that was the back of his head in the trailer. There's not really any question about it. I know.
I mean, that very well could be the case. Personally, I hope that Moriarty, Andrew Scott's character, at least, is still very dead, because I feel like bringing him back from the dead after bringing Sherlock back from the dead from the same thing is a little... I feel like that's kind of using the same thing over again. Yeah,
which is why there are theories that kind of... Because, I mean, not to say that it would be boring, it would just kind of be like, you know, they both faked their deaths at the same time. I know the twin theory is going around. I actually thought of the twin theory... when I first saw Season 1, I kind of thought like Jim Brooke and Jim Moriarty were two different people, specifically because of stuff that was in The Great Game. You know, they had Janus Cars, which Janus is the god of two faces. So it was kind of, you know, nothing is put in the Sherlock show by accident. They've thought of Sherlock this far ahead. They've planned up to, I don't know what season, from the very beginning. So it's not far-fetched to think that, you know, it's been planned this far ahead. Not to mention that little line in the Abominable Bride when he says it's never twins.
Yeah.
But, you know, like everything they say you have to take with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be cool. That'd be better than him faking his death if you had two twins that lived as one person. Just, you know.
I don't know.
They want to fuck up the world.
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
I mean, it could also be a flashback, for all you know.
True.
So, I mean, there's a lot to go on. Moriarty, or in some incarnation, is definitely back.
Yes.
Whether it's actually, you know, Andrew Scott or whatever, that's up to debate. But they are also including Toby Jones as a new, looks like villain in this season, which I think he's a really underrated actor, so I'm glad to see him in a kind of front role as a big villain. What do you think we could expect from his character?
He looks very sinister. And sinister in a way that Moriarty and Magnuson weren't. You know, Moriarty is this villain that everyone loved. You know, it was just that kind. Magnuson was one that everyone hated, but more in like a creepy way. He was just kind of a bastard. But Toby, he looks sadistic. That's what I'm getting from the trailer. That's what it's looking like to me. Is he just looks like a very sadistic villain. So I think that's what we're going to get from him. I think it's going to be amazing, whatever it is. So.
Well, it was really interesting between Magnuson and Moriarty because, I mean, they were basically both the character of Moriarty. Magnuson was, I mean, Andrew Scott was Moriarty. He was the criminal, the mastermind, he was kind of Sherlock's Joker, which Batman and Joker is a whole nother parallel that we'll talk about another time.
There.
And then you have Magnuson, which is kind of all of the other things that the Moriarty character kind of embodies, the basically the anti-Sherlock. So I thought that was really interesting. So I'm curious to see if we'll see any other characteristics of Moriarty in this new character that Toby Jones is playing.
Yeah.
Maybe the professor that's also a criminal. I don't know. We'll see. So it'll be interesting to see what that character kind of brings. And like I said, I think Toby Jones is a very underrated actor. So I'm looking.
I was excited when I heard he was going to be in it. I really was.
Another big, I guess, point of discussion is definitely Watson and Mary and kind of what's going on with them, because they're definitely a new element to the show. What do you think we might be able to see from those characters?
I noticed, the things I noticed, and this is just, I know I'm a John Locke person, so, and you not, so we disagree on that, that's fine. The things I noticed from the trailer itself, without having my John Locke goggles on, because I'll put those on sometimes, there's no scenes with them together, and there is no baby. At the end of last season, Mary was very pregnant, about to pop. We never see them together in the trailer. We also see Assassin Mary. You know, she's got brown hair, she's got a gun, she's in a foreign country, definitely. So I'm wondering if their dynamics change. I know at Comic-Con, Amanda Abington, who plays Mary, was asked about the baby, and it was very... she redirected. It was very skirted around question. Like, she didn't answer, really. She gave, like, vague, talking about her own pregnancies. Like, she didn't answer. So, of course, that's, you know, but you can't ever believe what they say, so... Yeah,
I mean, seeing the interviews from Comic-Con, pretty much every question they were asked, they kind of just danced around and didn't really answer it, or they... gave two answers.
You can't ever believe what they say in anything. You know, Moffat said at Comic-Con, he said, I lie. He said, I lie, and then people get mad at me for lying, but I'm saying that I'm lying, so you can't... I mean, it was good to see them. It was, I think, if anything, Benedict and Amanda are more likely to, like, slip, much more than so I think they're kind of like police to an extent.
Well, yeah, Benedict's very genuine, and like he's one of us, just in the limelight, and he's not even used to that, and I love that about him.
Yeah, and you can see their faces sometimes when, like, I saw there was like a gif of Amanda was answering a question interview-wise, and she said something about something that was going to happen, was going to be groundbreaking, and Sue Virtue's face was just like, stop! So, yeah, they're more likely to slip up. You're more likely to believe the stuff that they say, but Sue and Mark and Steven, not a word. Don't believe it, ever.
Another big rumor or something that people want to see happen is the possibility of a third Holmes brother.
Yes.
And, more importantly, because this piqued my interest because it directly gets into my own fandom of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, bringing in Tom Hiddleston as the third Holmes brother. What do you think about that?
I would hope it would happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I do believe there's another brother or sister. I do believe there is another Holmes. Every season, Mark Gatiss gives 3 clues, and they correlate to the episodes. This year, the 3 clues were Thatcher, Smith, and Sharonford. And for those of you who know the Sherlock Holmes stories, or at least know Arthur Conan Doyle, Sharonford was another name for Sherlock, and in other adaptations of it, it was used as a brother sometimes. I'm not really completely familiar on that history, but I would feel that Sharonford is a clue to the third brother. So, or sister.
Okay.
Never know. But Tom Hiddleston, that's been a rumor that's always been circulating, and Mark Gatiss recently tweeted a photo at Comic-Con of him and Tom Hiddleston with the caption was his blood, like the B-L-U-D, which is what he called Sherlock in what was it, The Empty Hearse. So everybody was kind of like, yeah, but I was like, he's probably just effing with us.
It's very possible.
Yeah.
I would be excited to see Tom Hiddleston. I think he's a great actor, so and I think he would do really well as a Holmes brother. So you have a huge following, and I know before we came over here, you asked them if there were any questions they wanted to see discussed. Are there any that you want to pull from?
Mrs. Hudson in the trailer. That was a big one. Because I know I screamed during that part because Miss Hudson, ex-stripper, used to run a drug cartel, but she's the nicest, sweetest lady.
She's the mother hen. She's
Yes, she
very
loves
protective.
her Sherlock and John, and for her to turn on Mycroft like that, I had no words.
I mean, they've never been. I mean, she's never like. Mycroft's never been her favorite person to begin with.
No. But to tell him to kick him out of her house and call him a reptile, like, what did Mycroft do? Like, that's what I want to know.
I mean, knowing Mycroft was probably something for the greater good that was, like, terrible. Like, killing the queen to save the economy.
It had to have been something, now that I'm thinking about it, he had to have done something specifically to Sherlock. Because Mrs. Hudson loves Sherlock just as much as Sherlock loves her. It's definitely like a pseudo mother-son relationship, and she's very protective of him. So Mycroft had to have done something along those lines, now that I'm thinking about it. Also, Sherlock, those faces. There's it's obviously a morgue he's in. Just that face he makes, it's like pure and utter devastation, and what happened? And also, though, it has the same kind of lighting as the Mind Palace scene from His Last Vow. So it's a question of, is this morgue real? Is it a Mind Palace scene? Is someone dead? And who would be dead to make Sherlock that upset? He's close to tears. It's very obvious. So I want to know what happened.
I don't know. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect from that. Obviously, I wonder if it's going to be something where Sherlock overplays his hand and it backfires.
It's kind of like with what happened with Magnuson, though. That's exactly what happened with Magnuson. He overplayed.
But at least with Magnuson, he had a way out. I think this might be...
Yeah, by putting himself in jail or, sending him on a suicide mission.
Maybe this is the one where he really doesn't, where this is literally Sherlock's lowest point.
Maybe. God. Every season we just get a new low.
I mean, that's drama for you.
Yeah.
I want to thank Danae for coming on and helping me with this video talking about Sherlock. She's literally the authority on Sherlock, as far as I know. She knows more about it than anyone else I know, so I always want to bring her when I'm talking about stuff like this. So thank you for coming on. Where can they follow you online?
I'm on Instagram and Tumblr as SherlockedWatson.
Cool. So check her out on Instagram and Tumblr. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it so other people can join the conversation. Check me out on all the internets, and make sure you check out templeofgeek.com to see other content from other creators. Follow me and as well as Danae on all the internets, and check back later so we can geek out some more. Thanks for watching and have fun. So Captain America, Thor, Hulk.